Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, woo! I have some big news for you all today. Maybe not as big as some of you expect, but it's pretty damn big news, all right? First, I want to remind you guys that the next panel from hell, and of course patch 9, will be Wednesday, December 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I will be streaming it right here on this channel if you want to hang out with this community. Now, the news and the mini trailer that we got today not only adds excitement for the next panel from hell and of course patch 9, but it also adds a ton of anticipation for the Game Awards, which are this week, Thursday, December 8th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll be streaming that live here on this channel as well if you want to hang out with this mostly BG3 community to watch what we're about to see. Let's waste no more time and get right into it. So just about an hour ago, Larian Studios tweeted, "Watch the reveal Thursday at the Game Awards." And it comes with this little mini trailer. Might be a little bit blurry because Twitter's in 720p and I'm maximizing it to 1080, but I think we can still enjoy it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Oh, shit, man. I'm gonna cry. About to cry right now. So what we just saw right there was not only just the city of Baldur's Gate, but it's also Boo, the hamster right here, and his companion Minsc. See what I did there? So Minsc and Boo are probably the most iconic, should I say characters? I guess I should. Characters from the original Baldur's Gate games.
Hey, it's me, Emmoen. It's me, hey, it's me, Emmoen. Hey, it's me, Emmoen.
Is she gone? Minsc and Boo, aside from the references to the Lord of Murder Ball, are really the first major connection to the original games that we've seen in Baldur's Gate 3. Now, Larian did say in the past, and I quote from Sven, "We really don't want to spoil anything, but we wouldn't call it Baldur's Gate if there wouldn't be a link. Let me just say that we touch upon the story of BG1 and 2 in meaningful ways. There are returning characters, and what happened in BG1 and 2 leads to what happens in BG3. You won't necessarily see that at the start of the adventure, but you will quickly understand once you get further into the game." So this trailer officially reveals to us that Minsc and Boo will in fact be in Baldur's Gate 3. And those of you that follow data mining content from perhaps Chublot will probably already have expected this, but now we have an official public announcement. I'm leaning towards Minsc being an actual playable party member, but there is a chance I would say that he could end up being just an interactable NPC, but a reveal like this makes me feel otherwise. Now, those of you who are not familiar with this iconic character, Minsc is a ranger from the northern lands of Rashimen. And he first appears in BG1 in the town of Nashkel, as he's on a mission to rescue a witch named Dynahair, who he is the bodyguard for, and this particular job of protecting Dynahair should earn him admittance into the prestigious Ice Dragon Berserker Lodge back in his homeland. If you want Minsc and Boo to join your party, this is the time when you can do that, and he can accompany you through Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Now, Minsc is, of course, a little on the kooky side, should I say, which is part of what makes his character so much fun. But it's important to note that he is a kind-hearted individual who fights for good. Now, his hamster named Boo is his best friend, and he believes Boo to be a giant talking space hamster. I'll probably do a deep dive into this character soon, but in the meantime, I do recall Harbs Narbs doing a very in-depth video of Minsc and Boo in the past. I'll leave a link to that below. The long story short, and many decades after BG1 and 2, Minsc ends up being petrified and becomes a statue in the city of Baldur's Gate for a very long time. And then one day, a wild mage hits the statue with her magic, and this unpetrifies Minsc and Boo, which explains how a human can still be alive in the 1490s when BG1 and 2 take place in the late 1360s. This is, of course, what we're seeing here in this reveal trailer of the character, but there's going to be more to this at the Game Awards. At least that's what Larian is hinting at. Now, I'm also thinking that we might get an official release date at the Game Awards. We'll find out in a couple days. Maybe I'm wrong. I was leaning towards getting an official release date at the actual panel from Hell next week, but the Game Awards is like the time that you should do a release date because you're going to have more people watching. Not everybody watches the panel from Hells. So in a couple days from now, we might get a really cool trailer, maybe another trailer of Minsc, I'm not sure, but definitely some trailer for Baldur's Gate 3 and probably a release date, which is also really, really big news. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, well, how could Minsc and Boo be in our party when he should already be a really damn high level? I think this might have something to do with the petrification, perhaps, you know, being petrified for so long. He ended up losing a lot of his talent. Now he has to kind of rebuild it. We also might not meet Minsc until Act 2, which I think is probably when we're going to the city of Baldur's Gate, and then maybe our characters will be a higher level and it'll make more sense. Or maybe Minsc will end up having a tadpole in his brain too. He is quite a famous character, and the tadpoles seem to be developing in the brains of prominent figures in D&D lore, so that would also kind of make sense. I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head what the canon dates are for his unpetrification and how that all ties in, because some things D&D that come out, like comics and stuff, like we're never sure if things are canon or if they're not canon. We're going to find out a lot more about that really soon. Now, to end the video, I'm going to show you guys a scene of when you first meet Minsc Boo in Baldur's Gate 1, and then I'll let that actual trailer play out without me reacting to it, even though I didn't react that much, but I did react a little bit. We've arrived in the town of Nashkel, and please forgive my microphone quality. I had to switch PCs because my load point wasn't working on my new PC, and also I needed to go back to my old microphone. Well, whatever, it's just for this one little bit. As you guys can see right here, we have a character hanging out in the road right outside of the garrison, and this is Minsc.
Stand and deliver, that my hamster might have a better look at you.
Let us pass, strangers, for we have not much time to waste. What? Yes, I'll ask them. Boo and I go rescue my charge, Dynahair. You may aid in our victory if you wish. There is glory enough for all. Excuse me, but are you speaking to a rodent? Boo is my faithful animal companion, and more than he seems. The classic dilemma of the damsel in distress. How could anyone decline? Take heart, fellow adventurers, for you have curried the favor of Boo, the only miniature giant space hamster in the realm. My friend and companion ever since my head wound. You will lead us to victory. Onward to the Knoll stronghold in the west. Tarry not, we must go soon. And this is where we can take Minsc into our party.
Yes?
And now we have Minsc in our group right here.
Bowl plate and packing steel.
Pretty epic. If we take a look at the character sheet, you can see he's a level 1 ranger. He's holding his beloved hamster. And if we go over to biography, when asked about his past, Minsc proudly announces that he is a berserker warrior from the nation of Rashaman in the utter east. He is currently undertaking his Djemma, a ritual journey to manhood, and is seeking adventure and glory in battle. It is also his honor to be the bodyguard of a young Witchelarin of Rashaman named Dynahair, and if anyone tries to harm her, he will beat sense into her heads until they reconsider. He is unsure as to why he has led them to the Sword Coast, but his loyalty is unquestioning. If he serves her well and distinguishes himself in battle, he hopes to be accepted into the Ice Dragon Berserker Lodge upon returning to their homeland. So far, Minsc considers his most notable experience in the world abroad to be the acquisition of his animal companion Boo, a creature that he claims is a miniature giant space hamster. Apparently such things do exist in the realms, but Minsc has surely taken too many blows to the head. He seems to be a good-natured fellow, but is all too willing to indulge his berserker nature. Sorry for the mic quality again.